Hi guys, here's an update on what happened at the Maya versus John Hopkins trial. Now today they spoke to Anthony Mark, who was Maya's attorney while she was staying at the hospital. And he went there to talk to her, and he said that, he would meet her like sometimes in a room or in a different part of the hospital. And that, she was still kind of worried because there were so many things she wanted to tell him, but she was afraid of who would be listening. And so she eventually had a few moments when she would tell him, she's like, I don't like this hospital. I don't like my social worker. I want to see my parents. And, she was like begging him to do something, but there was really nothing he could do. Now, if they were in court, yes, he could do whatever he could for her, but he wasn't in court with her, and there was really nothing he could do. Now, Maya was kind of upset about that because she really wanted his help. There was nothing he could do, and he did feel bad about it. Now, they felt like that the center of all this was Kathy, and they felt like that everything that was going on at the hospital, she was probably behind it. Now, the hospital said that, when her lawyer would go visit her, that he would have to keep the door open. Now, there was people kind of saying that there may have been a person that was standing by the door listening to the conversation. Nobody can really verify that. That's just some kind of speculation thing, but who knows? He wouldn't doubt that that wasn't true because he felt like that he had to abide by their rules, or I guess maybe he couldn't see her. So he just went on ahead and went along with it. And of course, his offense was just all over the place today. And they were just trying to nitpick at everything. It's like, you guys still haven't convinced anyone that you were not in the wrong with this. So I don't see why you're trying so hard to nitpick at everything that everybody pretty much already went over. So it was just, kind of crazy. Now, they did end up also talking to Dr. Fernando Cantu Flores, which was Maya's physician in Mexico. Now, he was the one that would put her in a coma for 5 days while he gave her the ketamine treatment. Now, he said that he would do this gradually throughout the 5 days, and he would up the dosage just a little bit. And I think they went up to like 7, and they started off like about maybe 2 or 3, but then they kind of did it slowly, working their way up. Now, he said that anything can trigger the CRPS. It can be emotional distress, or any kind of, distress can relapse this syndrome. It's not going to go away because, you're taking ketamine, or you're, just suddenly okay. He's like, 1 minute you can be okay, the next minute you can't be. Now, Maya does suffer from depression and PTSD, and they were really focusing on that today because, again, that one of the ways where she can trigger a relapse, because she has relapsed a few times these last couple of years. Now, they also talked to Dr. Hannah, who was Maya's therapist, and she kind of, figured out that, Maya had a very depressive, very depressive and anxiety disorder, and that she was severely in that category, and that she said sometimes, her CRPS would last like, 20 minutes, or it can last for 24 hours. It just depended on the day. And she would have, nightmares. She would have daytime flashbacks. She would avoid people, and she was also feeling guilty around this time for having to stay at the hospital, and feeling guilty about her mother's passing, which was not her fault at all. And that was just really heartbreaking because she said that's what really kind of just, she was trying to take all the blame for it, and it was not her fault. Now, what they did today, though, was that they had taken the jury out, and they had also discussed the SA allegations. Now, according to Maya, and she had said this to the therapist, that that it was, the social worker Kathy that was, kind of, had grabbed her once really hard, and that there was a man who had come in a doctor, and all she knows that he was a male and that he did something to her, and I'm not going to say it on here, and that, you know, that was kind of scary. And they're like, well, why didn't she tell anybody? I'm like, you guys were accusing her of faking her illness. You thought she was faking the whole thing. Why is she going to go to you with this when you're just going to end up putting her in some sort of psych ward because you think she's lying? That's why she didn't tell you guys, because you're just going to, you know, think that she's lying and making things up. And you've already accused her mother of having, you know, Munchausen by proxy, which her mother didn't have. And it's like, why would I go to you guys with this information? Now they're saying this was that she was getting confused by another hospital. Not really sure, but Maya says she remembers the logo on the doctor's coat that had, you know, the John Hopkins, you know, logo on it. So again, the defense is trying really hard to play that down, and that this was at another hospital. Now, who knows what went on? Now, they did discuss this, and they did ask the therapist. You know, she's like, that's all she would tell me. She's like, I could not report it. Yes, we are obligated to report these things, but I did not have a name. Now, it's very hard to report something when you don't have a actual name to go with the accusations. Again, she did not have a name, and Maya just, you know, doesn't remember who he is. So until it happens, she really couldn't do anything about it. You know, she said that, I think she said she tried calling them, but again, she didn't have a name. There was nothing they could do. So unless Maya remembers suddenly on her own, that's just going to have to stay the way that it is. So, you know, Maya is still living at the house. They say that she is gone a lot because she just can't take the blame of, again, with her mom's death, and, you know, knowing that her mother had unalived herself at the house in the garage. And so she was having still a very hard time with that, which is understandable. Now, she is gone a lot, but Dad says she still has her curfew, and she's still having to, you know, do the things that she needs to do. And that, you know, at one point she did have a boyfriend. I don't know if she's still with him. They said that she was at his house a lot. Nobody knows why. That she got really close to his family. Now, you can speculate all you want, but again, remember, Maya was always in pain when somebody touched her, so I don't know how that relationship was. Maybe it was okay, I don't know, but she didn't discuss any more about it. Now, after that, court ended, and that was it. Now, they did say that they're going to have 2 more witnesses tomorrow, and that they're going to try to have Maya get on the stand next week. So hopefully that will be the case. But yeah, that is what went on today. Again, the hospital still hasn't convinced me that they were not in the wrong. I'm trying to say convince me, and I'm studying my words, sorry. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys again later. Tomorrow I am going to be going live on Thursday, which is Thursday, and it's going to be from 8 to 10. I'll be talking about a true crime case, so please, if you like true crime, come and, you know, hear my story. And I am going to be doing a special story probably next week, along with some friends and stuff, so I'm not really sure. I'm still trying to get that all worked out, but I will let you guys know. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a good Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, bye.